kind of realized that, I'm just out of shape, man. And part of my problem is very simple. I need to work out. Incorporating fitness a little bit into my gaming videos. I know it's laundry, but hey, every step counts, man. Do you ever tweeze your eyebrows, which I need to do again? Ingrown hairs can happen anywhere, but working on it.
You gonna tell us where the hell you've been for the last 2 years?
We're gonna get into the gameplay segment where I'm gonna now talk about the storyline for Black Ops 3. In the most part, how the hype built, how it failed towards the end, and what could have happened to make it better. So I'm going to give you my detailed description as we move along. I'm incorporating somewhat of fitness into my gaming videos from now on. It's going to be a little 10 to 15 seconds of just me at the beginning of the video, and then I'll get into the topic I want to talk about. But don't worry, man, it's not going to interfere with anything else. It's just making the channel represent me. And that's kind of what the whole purpose of why I created this channel to begin with. But to get into the meaty, greedy facts of it, we're going to start with the Giant, right? So the Giant was always full of mystery. We always thought there was more. I actually started for the first 2 weeks trying to find the main Easter egg in the Giant because everyone else was in Shadows of Evil, and I thought, hey, I'm damn good at Easter egg hunting, so if I find something here, it's going to be awesome, right? Well, we just found the Annihilator, and that was pretty much it besides the main fly trap. Nothing else came of that, and so I wasted the first 2 weeks. Then I got into the Shadows of Evil Easter egg, uploaded it. People were all telling me I was late, because I was, a week after finally figured out how to do the Shadows of Evil Easter egg, and people already had their uploads up. And so technically I guess I was late, but it's when we first solved it, and that's what this whole channel's always been about. It's our journey going through the storyline of these zombies games. It doesn't matter what the other people are doing. Even though we try to keep up to them and stay up to date, it's our journey, and that's what you're here for and subscribe to. So after Shadows of Evil, we ran into GRIZZ Viollent. We had DLC 1, and the hype was at the peak of the most it's ever been. So ever since GRIZZ Viollent, it's kind of plummeted downward, and GRIZZ Viollent was the meat and grit of when everybody was finally together and we were reunited. The COD Zombies Reddit page was in the same category. I mean, it was positive. There wasn't as much negativity. It's because the storyline actually made sense, and it was going in a direction that was very dark, and we did not know what was going to come of these doctors. The very next map that followed was Zetsubou no Shima. If you guys think about Zetsubou no Shima, it's kind of a depressing time in our lives, wasn't it? Very predictable storyline. Takiao himself killed his other self, and that was very predictable. We knew that was going to happen. Kind of how it was going to transpire, it was kind of obvious, right? But we didn't get any extra twists that we thought were going to happen during that map, and that was a letdown. We actually were expecting a lot more out of Zetsubou no Shima. I do gotta admit, the Masamune Wonder Weapon is by far my favorite Wonder Weapon, one of them. Alright, Thunder Gun does top all in Revelations. I do love the Thunder Gun. I also love using that in Kino, but the Masamune was damn good, and it did a lot of damage if you knew how to use it right. So I will give props to Treyarch on the Masamune. Best part of Zetsubou no Shima in my opinion. Then after Zetsubou no Shima, after a long wait, we finally got Gorod Karavi, and we're able to find out what happened to Nikolai. As in another dimension, because a lot of the red eyes, that is a very debatable topic, we don't know quite who's in control, is in fact a dead realm, just like Mob of the Dead. So it's in the same type of category of a different world, different realm, but that's where Nikolai's story took place, and we had to kind of teleport or time travel into this dimension. Every dimension is different, right? So we have different dimensions every single time. So when we went in to go get Dempsey's old soul, it's a different time period completely than when we went and got Takia's. We're all in different time periods, different time frames for each one of these maps, but it's the same 04 going to these places and ultimately ending up in Revelations. A debatable topic on the other side of your hand is, do these Easter eggs make sense? Do they correlate from step to step in the progression of the storyline? And I gotta say no, they do not. As a matter of fact, when we think of when Revelations was complete, we gotta take into consideration that it was only completed when DLC 3 first launched. And DLC 3 was Gorod Karavi. So imagine when that actually launched, and then they finally finished their last DLC after having a 3-year cycle. So in my head, I like to think that Black Ops 3 Zombies overall is an 80% finished game. I do not think it's a complete game. I think they ran out of time and they did not incorporate the super Easter egg correctly, because when we solved that, we found out that the last achievement that gives us the RK5 is in fact labeled super Easter egg in the code itself, the PC file. So we're not wrong on that. It actually is the super Easter egg and there's no more to it. It's actually over. This is the end of Black Ops 3, and that's the storyline kind of summed up with the hype as we kind of went along. So if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like and comment below any thoughts that you have remaining with Black Ops 3. Moving on to Infinite Warfare Zombies in Spaceland. You guys are going to really like it. It's going to remind you a lot of Treyarch zombies. But for now, this has been the review on Black Ops 3 Zombies. I'm Violent, and I'm out.